pulling up so I can have the chats available. What an insane day.
What a mess, for sure.
I'll pop out our chat here if I can. There we are.
Yeah, I would probably share this stream on your.
Yeah, I'm gonna share and repost everywhere.
This is absolutely insane.
Why is it there? There we go. Post this. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and repost that. All right, we're probably gonna have some views pulled in. I am seeing the confirmed
Jeez.
reports everywhere.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Now, what's up, guys? Uh, First off, sorry that we haven't streamed in a while. Life has been pretty caught up with me, as well as Kaz here. We've just been trying to handle the things that life dishes at us. We've still kind of kept up with the political thing going on with Trump, all the things with Chicago, and all of this other stuff. Something that had popped up today by a mutual friend of ours, was this situation with Charlie Kirk. 30 minutes ago, it looks like Fox News had announced that Charlie Kirk has died after being shot at a college in an event in Utah. It is absolutely insane, man. What are your thoughts on this?
I mean, like both of us when we first got the text, I thought it was trolling. I didn't realize that this was gonna be the real deal, just with based on how our buddy was reaching out and saying, "Hey, I just got sent a video of something pretty crazy." And so I've been telling everybody I know to expect the worst because you don't take a shot like that and come out alive.
Yeah.
And I, I wanted to be proved wrong there, but that's not good. He took a shot from what people are saying about 200 yards away, and it looked like it impacted him right in the jugular,
Mm-hmm.
right there. And anybody who saw the up close, you knew that that was bad. I mean, the poor guy was probably gone before he even got to the hospital with
Mm-hmm.
that kind of a wound. But of course, they can't say things too soon. In the family in the hospital, and people have to, what get the go ahead to make that sort of announcement too. I mean, this is tragic, and
It's nuts. Yeah, man. Like,
it's something that we always wonder, like, will it happen? Especially, I saw somebody who was live streaming this earlier, um, found a post from some person named Destiny that just had a picture of Charlie Kirk up and said, "Who's gonna do it?"
wow.
And this is the same bullshit rhetoric we've heard from back during the election with Trump. The threat to democracy stuff, the constant calls to violence, even if it's innuendo, even if it's indirect. And you got people online or on TikTok or wherever that are saying shit like that. Like, who's going to do it? Who's going to do it? I wonder what might happen. Like, people are just straight up not even hiding the fact that they're hoping for somebody to lose their life.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, in this case, it's happened. And this is big. This guy's a big deal. Like, I don't agree with everything Charlie Kirk says. He's a very religious man. I'm not.
Yeah.
But politically, like through this last election cycle and all the changes that have been happening and the way he's covered Trump's campaign as well as Trump's actions in office the last uh, many months, I've agreed more than I disagreed.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm processing. What about you?
It's kind of going back to where our buddy sent us the video. I honestly, dude, like, if you guys have ever played like these really like stupid stick figure games, like whenever like the stick figure gets shot, it's like a bunch of little dots like coming out. Or like, you know what, Bowman is an excellent example of that. It kind of gives that like cartoony like blood spray a little bit. Honestly, man, when I saw the video, I was just like, man, this shit is AI generated something. I don't know, like, I honestly didn't think it was real. And to know that it was, is absolutely baffling, dude. Like, I don't understand how these evil people could do something like that. Like, I can disagree with you and still get along with you. Does that make sense? Like, I don't have to like everything that you like. There's a lot of things that, Kaz and I don't agree on, but we've been best friends for like the past like 20 plus years, and it's crazy, like we work out our differences, we talk, and we move on if we have beef, but honestly, I don't think we ever really had. Um and
Yeah,
it's
it's not something that would happen
no.
too often.
And it's similar to Charlie Kirk. He comes in. Granted, he at times can be quite combative. I definitely understand that. But just like everybody else, you're trying to prove a point. You're trying to prove why your side is right. And it's okay to have that decision or that discussion with each other, and still at the end of it, even if you guys disagree, you guys can be like, hey, you know what, great debate, and then move on with your life. Like, that one person is not going to dictate what happens in your life. Like, even with Trump, like, everybody was upset that Trump won. Like, in all honesty, is he really dictating how you're living right now? No, you still have your job, you still have your bills, you still have your car payment, you still have this, you still have your kids, and it's just it's mind-blowing that an event like this took place. And prayers out to him and his family, and the two kids that he unfortunately left behind with his wife. That's really sad, man. It's a sad day, bro. That's so sad.
Yeah, and I'm already seeing online people celebrating like they did when our president was shot, and it's sickening, dude. I don't I don't understand how it's not glaringly obvious how unhealthy, how wrong it is to be that way. I mean,
Yeah.
even when you just mentioned, how Charlie could be combative via words. It's always very important. It's like
Yeah,
he
exactly.
he he always went to these campuses to debate ideas, whether it was about DEI or trans, religious versus non-religious. I mean, Trump, Kamala, all of it. And I'm a little jumbled trying to get my thoughts together while I try to figure out how to view any possible chats coming in. But he was just always there to have the debate and to have anybody come up. And I know that many of us have seen the shorts, the popular, one-liners or the reels, or people come up to the mic and they have a question or they talk about something. You always saw him give a diligent answer. He was never there to rip into somebody or belittle people. We can all have our moments where we'll get in a little jab here and there, but nothing ever stood out that made me think, wow, this guy is just
Dick.
getting his punches in where he can. Yeah, he was always so concise, so well spoken, even with the things I disagreed with.
Mm-hmm.
And to think that he was at an event, and I haven't confirmed this or seen proof of it, but I believe they were actually starting to discuss gang violence and gun violence when this happened.
Irony.
And irony is a big part of this, as well as or knowing what we can expect next.
Agreed.
We're two very pro 2A guys, and there are so many arguments to be had here with, having campus security being able to carry would be one thing. I don't know what the rules are there in Utah, but I know that alongside of the celebrations of him being killed by the extreme left, I'm not going to say everybody on the left because that's disingenuous.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be this revisitation likely of fear-mongering about full gun control or increasing gun control or trying to get guns off the streets. Guns are evil, this and that. And it is a little ironic in another way that this hasn't been the immediate rhetoric after this happened. It's usually the left who is toting that rhetoric, so it's I don't know exactly how to describe what I'm trying to say here, but it's like pot kettle black scenario in reverse.
Yeah, for
Because
sure.
they're not screaming about gun control, but I bet if it was somebody in the left who just lost their life, it would already be headlines everywhere.
Yeah.
Gun violence. I don't know. It's insane. I wish Wish I was more prepared to discuss something like this. I don't see any chats or anything coming through, which I'm
Um,
not going to be too
I've got
surprised if we
one
don't. Just
actually.
oh yeah,
Yeah, I have Kem Gus. He said we have to get something. We have to do something so our society won't get polarized. It's kind of actually what kind of mentioned a little earlier. I would assume. I'm thinking that he's kind of thinking the same thing that I'm thinking is like if things continue the way that they're continuing, eventually we're gonna get to the point where we're gonna be like every state is gonna end up being like Chicago. Chicago right now, if I'm not mistaken, he's is it Chicago or is it DC where he's actually sending in military troops to enforce martial law until well, not I wouldn't say martial law, but he's like trying to enforce it to where it
I mean, it
brings
essentially wasn't DC. So Trump was able to do that in DC because it's controlled federally.
yeah.
So there was no need to really get permission or anything or any kind of specialized negotiations because the District of Columbia, DC, falls under the purview of the president. So being able to utilize the National Guard and go in and clean it out quickly was not really held back.
Yeah.
However, with Chicago, it's a different case. Now there's a constitutional concern because Chicago needs to authorize it. They can't just go in unless you have a case kind of like the riots in LA, where
Yeah.
you're able to enact certain things to protect federal assets. But to go in and actually use the National Guard as a police force is a lot stickier.
Yeah.
Now, contrary to the blowback from Chicago, like Louisiana saying, please come to us and do that. We want to get the same sort of result that we saw happen with Washington, with how drastically crime was reduced. So hopefully, when states start to see other states utilizing this and getting better, and crime getting attacked, things getting better, that they'll be pressured by their constituents, which is really the main thing. Like the people need to stand up and yell at the mayor and the governor, which they have. I mean, they're tearing up Pritzker and his mayor, who's a total idiot. They're tearing him apart about ignoring this issue. But yeah, it's Utah is kind of like the last state that I would be thinking about right now if
Yeah.
it wasn't for this. I do see Kem Gus's chats now. This is a very sad day for America. I wish we come back to the time when Reagan and Obama were around, peaceful politics. Now each side calls each other the most awful words. As a future citizen of the U.S., I really hope things go better. Yeah, when I agree, man. It's the problem with this that I would hope to be glaringly obvious is that Charlie Kirk dying is doubly bad for the other side because now he's a martyr.
Yeah.
And he's not just an unknown guy. I mean, millions, millions and millions and millions of people follow, love, hate this guy all across the board. Like everybody knows Charlie Kirk. Blowback from this is going to be further radicalization. It's going to take people that are, I mean, I'm probably a lot more on the right now than I was back before we started our first videos, but I've always identified as being a centrist, and I still do. I mean, realistically, I'm not, full right wing. I'm not religious. I'm an atheist, so there's a big part of the right wing or the right side of the political spectrum that I'm just absent from. But this does bolster folks like me to want to stand with those who are being attacked by just bad people, by evil. And what sucks is it's doubly hurting them because it's not everybody who leans left.
Mm-hmm.
It's the extreme minority that is the loudest, the silent majority versus the, loudest minority, or however the hell the saying goes. I don't know, but it's not good. This is I'm really hoping, and I mean we're a small, channel at Can Tactical Discourse, but like this does not call for retribution of violence. This calls for law enforcement, law and order. This calls for cleaning things up and continuing to do what the administration's been doing.
Yeah.
We haven't been here to cover it as much as I would like, either of us would like. We've been so busy with so many things, but with our border being secured and police being able to do their job, and a lot of the states that are jumping in and helping out, like we're seeing a really good turnaround in a big way. But you still have the other side that's like latching on to this idea that America's in jeopardy, that we're, looking down the barrel of a fascist dictator, which I chuckle because it's hard to take that seriously if you have just a modicum of intelligence to do any sort of search or any sort of fact checking. You know, I don't want to talk on forever.
No, you're good.
Rambling.
So
Man.
Kim Gus also said, he's like, I'm not sure if, whether you guys have discussed it, but what do you think is next? More polarization, more kills? I honestly, let me tell you, when it comes to, I don't want any more kills, honestly. I don't think anybody does. Whether it's the left or the right or the center or the libbies or whatever, like, people, we honestly, we need to work together in making our country prosperous. Like, we need to be successful as an individual, as a country, and work with each other to get there. And like I said, there are things that we're not going to agree with, at any given time, but we still have to come to an agreement of some sort in order to progress. It's always nice to have a pool of ideas. Have someone share something and say, I kind of like that idea, but this is what I think. What do you think about this? And then if you can, make it the best of both worlds. Why not? Let's see. I'm surprised my immigrant dad knew who Charlie Kirk is. He canceled all his plans for today, and he was talking about his friends on the phone since the news broke. Yeah, dude, it's insane. It's insane. And first off, I kind of want to go back a little bit. Future citizen legally in the U.S. Welcome to the U.S., Kim Gus. It's nice to have you. And then also, you said that your dad was an immigrant, Dr. Moss. Where's your dad from, or where did you guys come from? That'd be really cool to know. What should we do with people on the left who support such actions? I actually have a friend, and he just said that the world is healing, and it hurt me to the bottom of my heart, as I love that dude. Now, listen, so you can choose to do and choose to handle that however you prefer to handle it. It's still not... Any voice can change the perspective of another person. So it is... like in this case, we don't always have to agree. Kaz is an atheist. I'm not. I believe in God, but not in like the religious sense of like Catholic, Christian, and all that. Like, I believe like there is a higher power. So we have some differences, but we get along. We have fun. We're bros, and we protect each other regardless. Like, I can count on him to have my six at any time.
My family's very religious, and I love them all to death. Yeah, it's
hardcore religious.
Yeah.
Hardcore religious. Yeah, so if I would honestly, him saying that the world is healing based off of Charlie Kirk's death, that is an absolutely terrible thing to say. And I hope that you are able to talk to your friend and see how wrong that would be. Maybe put it in the perspective of, like, what if that was your dad? What if he was the one that got shot? What if he was fighting for something that he believed in and trying to turn this country around into like a better direction? Like, what if the role was switched? But yeah, so that it's definitely difficult. And normally we're pretty kind of structured with our videos. This is actually the first time we've ever gone live, and honestly, this is the first time that we've even done a video in months. So it is definitely a downright evil thing to say. Dr. Moss, welcome, by the way, from India, and then Kim Gus, welcome from Russia.
Yeah. I do want to add in, though, that violence is not what we want, but accountability and consequences matter.
Agreed. And
this needs to be resolved to the full extent of the law. No restrictions, no holds barred, coming down with the wrath of God. It needs to be made very clear. There's a saying we have here in Florida. It's probably known everywhere. Fuck around and find out. And that is very much going to be the case, I think. Retribution is such a heavy word, but the reaction to this.
Yeah.
And there are going to be people that lash out. This is going to cause some folks to be violent. And that is not what we need. I would never condone it, but I can understand everyone's frustration, everyone's anger at something like this. And for those who are saying that this is the nation healing, should probably be in a straitjacket. Yeah. That is not how you describe the death of somebody that has opposing views.
Mm-hmm.
You know, coming from the side that wants to talk about how they're worried that we're going down the path of dictatorship, that is dictatorial thought. That is the kind of mindset somebody has when you're going away from free speech from a republic, when you're going away from the free marketplace of ideas, when you're actually celebrating the death of somebody who was on the other side or opposed your views just because they opposed your views. You know, it's absolutely insane. And I probably know a few people that I haven't talked to in a while that are on the side that are probably in their group chats celebrating to some degree. And I don't really know how I'd react to them, honestly. I've always been a very blunt guy. If I had a friend who said this is us healing, I'd say you're a fucking idiot.
That's true. I mean, so with some of our friends, we kind of have to tread on some careful waters because some have a tendency to not be able to control their emotions as well as some others. So like we have to.
That's part of being human. I get it.
Yeah. Like So Kim Gus, you were saying that he's talking about transgender rights, that he has friends, that he wants to be gone, but he's a good man. Deeply mistaken. I'm not religious, but I can agree with Christians, and I try to talk to people like him. I have friends on the far left and far right. So I'm glad that you actually mentioned that. So as Cause knows, I have two neighbors. It's how do I explain this? So it's they're a gay couple. One is a born male. One is a transgender, male to female. Phenomenal people. Like I love them both tremendously. I'm not really like leaning more towards like I'm not leaning on either side, like left or right. But if I mean at this moment in time, I am Republican or conservative. And we get along great. You know, when this whole debate cycle was going through, like we even talked about having them in a video one time. However, life kind of got us by. But we talked about getting them into a video and just talking about how this is actually affecting their life, that Trump is now president. And, you know, one thing that I will give to, I'm going to call her C. Only because I don't want to disclose her name. So C, she had took it upon herself after this whole debate was done, and after Trump was elected president, she took it upon herself to do more research on her own and not believe in media gossip. And dude, I honestly, when she told me that, I was so flabbergasted and I was so proud of her, because once you start taking the time to really dig into what really is going on, your eyes are open. Like, it's not this bullshit that you see on Fox, CNN, NBC, like all these media things that are using you for like clickbait. Like when you get down to the nitty gritty, you're like, oh, okay, it's really not that bad. So kudos to her for doing that. But I've got friends that are far left, dude. It's really just a matter of how you talk. We would literally have full hours of conversations in my living room talking about, like, how do you think this policy would work? What policy should we implement in order to make this work? If we are doing this mass deportation, how do we make it easier for people who want to become a U.S. citizen to become a U.S. citizen? There should be a way to fast track that, you know, especially if they're trying to get away from, you know, a horrible situation. You know, whether it's, you know, their country is in war or their drugs and violence and things like that. You know, it's like we would sit there and just have conversations, and that's what you should do. And at any level that you're in, you know, government, just in school, like whatever, you should be able to talk freely and not be judged based off your feelings. You should be able to share your viewpoints and come up with a solution to any problem, you know. And the more people that you can get involved, I think the better. It's just, but man, dude, for someone to have spent their life going to from state to state and letting them know, like, listen, this isn't bad, like, you or this is bad, like, you shouldn't do this. He he really went out of his way to try and help people and show them a different perspective of life. Now, at the end of the day, like I said, if you have like your own beliefs and you're hard to your guns, like, cool, that's fine, but you don't have to go and be abusive to anybody, whether it's physical. You don't have to name call, honestly, man. Like, that is probably the dumbest shit in the world. And me personally, I believe that just shows your IQ level. Like, you don't have to call anybody names to get a point across. If you don't like what they have to say,
that you don't have a good argument, so you're resorting to insult.
yeah,
Yeah.
just leave, dude. But one more thing.
Yeah, I wanted to answer. Cam, I definitely don't mind ask all the questions you like. I am registered Republican. I've always identified as a centrist because I find myself often pissing off both sides.
Yeah.
Because I've definitely leaned a lot more right in the actions of this current administration. I am fully on board with the tariffs, the border, our economic and foreign policy, the way we've handled most things. I will say we've had some pretty big L's, like our handling of the Epstein list, which thankfully there's some stuff coming out about that too, and survivors talking. But for the most part, I identify more with the right side lately than I have in the past, although the religious side being a really big departure. When I see things like people wanting the Ten Commandments in schools, I'm throwing up red flags left and right. Nope, this is how we get to a religious theocracy. We do not need a religious dictatorship any more than we need any other kind of dictatorship.
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of tough to have conversations with folks, as you kind of pointed out, you being Russian and not supporting the war in Ukraine, but kind of being automatically judged one way. If those of us who agree with certain things, like how we're handling deportations and the border, we mention that, and then we're immediately assumed to be like a racist bigot.
Yeah.
Even though it's far from the truth.
Yeah, exactly.
It just kind of echoes how polarizing the times have become, to the point to where you have some random person, which, confirmed. I've been trying to keep up with current events. You guys see me kind of typing on the side. I actually don't know which way I'm looking at you, because on Discord you're over here, but I think you're over here.
Yeah, the second one. The second one.
Yeah,
it's that way.
So yep, where you are.
Yep, I'm looking at you this way.
I've been trying to keep up with what's going on, and I'm seeing a lot of news about, Trump leading prayers for Kirk's death, and that the old man that they arrested and immediately everyone was yelling at was released because he's not the shooter.
Yep.
I would have figured him not having a weapon on him would have been a pretty big giveaway.
Yeah.
But apparently the shooter's still at large, so that sucks. There's a lot of people speculating that this might be an op or a special hit because, like, that's a pro shot to hit somebody right there.
Yeah, dude.
To get controversial, I doubt it. 200 yards is not super far away, and if he was going for a headshot, he missed and got a neck. That's kind of my 2 cents there. A pro would have went for the dome. Because I say that because I caution people letting the tinfoil hats fly. That's another thing that we can tend to do. People start to immediately want to point fingers and point blame everywhere we can, and this is where it is harder than anything to be a true skeptic.
Yeah.
That's not to be contrarian and just say that you don't agree with anybody. Some people are just those kinds of assholes, and that sucks. But no, a skeptic, where you're like, hang on, let me look at the information coming in. Let me make sure that this is actually factual. I've been cautious to really say too much of anything just because we don't know. There's rumors that he was in stable condition, and other people were saying he was dead. Seeing the close-up video that we saw, I was pretty certain which way that was going to go, but I was still hopeful. And then the reports of whether or not this person's been caught or not. So this is a developing story. Try not to run away with what you hear from friends or family or anyone on the news.
Yeah. Take
in all facets of information like you would in hopefully any other area of your life, and kind of put a little grain of salt on everything and just double check stuff. The worst thing that people are going to end up doing, it's going to happen because it's human nature, is people are just going to start running with what they hear, and you're going to get a lot of mob mentality, a lot of tinfoil hat, a lot of crazy. And that is where things get dangerous. When things start to get a little unhinged, a little crazy, and you light some fuel under the fire, I would say that the unhinged crazy has been building with all the band-aid ripping, so to speak, that's happened with this administration kind of correcting the US's path. I've used that analogy a lot, that it's like we've ripped the band-aid off of a really nasty wound, and it's got a bunch of people really upset.
Yep.
These sorts of things are like gasoline on the fire, and it is a critical moment to kind of take a step back, evaluate things that are coming in, do even your own little parts when you're talking to friends or family to say, well, hang on, this might not be the reptilians this time. We got to try to keep things as close to
Reality.
as possible.
Yep.
Yeah. I've already seen it echoed by a few people that this is like a special hit, and it may very well be. I don't know that it's not. I'm just saying, keep your smart caps on.
Yeah, for sure.
Don't get pushed down a certain way. By the way, Trump confirmed that Charlie's dead. Yeah, I saw that a little while back.
Yeah, that was about 45 minutes ago.
Yeah,
That's
this
crazy.
This is going to have a lot of knock-on effects. That is going to, I don't know. I don't want to make too many predictions, but there's going to be some turmoil. There's going to be some crazy. You're going to see a lot of people showing their true colors in a few different ways. You're going to see a lot of idiots on TikTok celebrating, just like you saw the same idiots celebrating with Trump, or the same idiots crying and throwing temper tantrums when Trump got elected. Like there's always going to be those contingent of people.
Yep.
Try to remember that is not indicative of everybody who disagrees with you, though. There are so many people on the left too that were saying prayers for Charlie, like they can't believe this is happening. The contingent of people that would be so messed up to celebrate this sort of thing is as small a group of people as you would expect the extremes on the right. Yeah, we got to keep that in mind. That's part of the trouble with towing the line of being in the middle of things.
Yep.
Is realizing that pendulum goes both ways. So yeah, hopefully take a little bit out of that and just hang on, be safe, maybe give your loved ones a hug and a kiss, and thoughts and prayers for Charlie and his family. It's absolutely wild. I haven't seen anything else major developing from this.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything
been a
myself.
confirmed motive or anything, but I mean, I think the motives are probably pretty obvious.
Self-explanatory.
Yeah,
it's wild, dude. Dr. Moss, by the way, thank you for the sub on the YouTube channel. I did see that. I appreciate you a lot. And that actually brings me up to my next point. I know that we said that we've been very, very busy with life, but I myself am gonna also try and take more time to try and get a video or two out every week or couple of weeks. So just be on the lookout for that. We're gonna talk about some different topics, and honestly, I really deeply enjoy engaging with you guys and seeing what your thoughts are about things. Like I said, we don't have to always agree. I definitely like to see different viewpoints, but let's see here. So going back to Chem Gus a little bit, he said here, before I could become a good citizen through freaking Mexico, but so many people abused it. Well, I do not support the Mexico way. It has helped me a lot. I'm a good citizen, paying taxes, have a great job, and basically raised on American culture as well. Wouldn't you say that counts? Honestly, I think that's a really good direction that you're going. Everybody's gonna say that their culture is the best. That's just the way that they were raised. I think that a hardworking person, an honest person, a helpful person is something that this world sorely needs, regardless of what country you're in. So the fact that such a great person is coming to America just gives us another notch in our belt. So thank you for making the efforts and coming from Russia to here. I'm sorry that people are let's just say ignorant, for lack of better words, ignorant towards you and not as accepting. But I'm sure that as time goes, people will see how much of a beautiful human being that you are. You'll be accepted and you'll be known for sure. So you wanted to talk about Kamala. Whoa, as a Democrat, Kamala made a statement about Charlie Kirk. If you guys haven't seen it, no, I did not.
Yeah, actually just pulled that up. I do see here she posted on X, it looks like, saying she's deeply disturbed by the shooting in Utah. Doug and I send our prayers to Charlie and his family. Let me be clear, political violence has no place in America. I condemn this act, and we all must work together to ensure this does not lead to more violence.
Yeah.
And I respect that. You know, a lot of these political figures are obliged
Yep.
to sort of say these things, and no, that's good. That's not to detract from her statement. You know,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I saw a little two-liner from Gavin Newsom too, saying that this was horrible and reprehensible, and it should never be the answer. So at least some key figures are coming out and condemning this, because it's a lot of the time their own rhetoric that's led to people putting out posts like "Who's gonna do it?" And it's, I wish accountability was a bit stronger in that sense. I don't know. I hope that going forward, there is more accountability on people who are saying things like that or posting things like that, because that's not free speech.
Bro, that is
That's
so
not protected
wild.
speech. It's violent speech.
So, man, there's another view of the shot, bro. That sent chills. Oh my god, dude. That is so nutty. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll tag you here on I'll repost it and tag you. This is insane, my guy. Oh wait.
Yeah, exactly. Dr. Moss, that's kind of what I'm getting at too. When I was saying they're sort of obliged to say these things, you know, it's been their own rhetoric that's led to a lot of the violence and, you know, the riots, the protests that are really, they're all just, they've been riots, bricks thrown, Molotov cocktails, you know, attacking people. That's why out here, our sheriffs in Florida are basically straight up said, you throw a rock at our cop, we'll let your family know where to get your remains.
Oh, you dude, yeah, yep. Good old Volusia County. Oh, wait, is it Brevard or Brevard? I think it was Brevard. Yeah, that dude was, oh my god.
He's about as hardcore as Grady Judd out
here.
Yeah, I love me some Grady Judd. My parents could have made it so much more easy in the 1990s. It was basically very easy to get into the U.S., but not anymore. Canada's actually a little more fair with immigration. Yeah, the process of getting into the States has needed some attention and reform for a long time. That is a whole mess that honestly I'd love to do some research and maybe cover in a video.
What's that? Or immigration?
You know, yeah, the actual, like, the current state of immigration. Like, what's it like to actually get in? Like, you know, the steps, the average wait times, the stuff that is entailed. By the way, cause you served in Florida. What about you, Megan? What did you do before? Well, I was actually military. I served in the U.S. Navy out of San Diego, California, but I'm born and raised and live here in Florida.
Yeah, as for me, I don't have any affiliation with the military at all. I've just been really good friends with this guy. I'm just your regular guy here in Florida, so just doing my best to be a good person, a good husband, a good father to both of my kids, my daughter and my son. And then also trying to be good to you guys. So yeah, but I think he served in California. Yep. But yeah, I would definitely like to get into the whole immigration subject, which was actually the plan for our next video. Before we actually stopped recording. So maybe we can get in contact with your dude and maybe we can kind of like bounce ideas off of him and see what it actually takes for someone to migrate from their country over to us.
Well, I don't know that. Well, I guess it's part of the research we'll have to do. I don't know that a patrol agent would be really or like a part of that side of the equation.
Oh, maybe not.
Because that's probably more admin. But that's again, it's part of the research. We can
figure
out,
yeah. We can definitely.
Are those actually connected, or is one just border enforcement while, you know, getting in through, you know, like the classic image that I imagine of Ellis Island in New York, where people are coming through and signing papers and getting stamped and all. What's the reality of that? You know, how is it actually performed? What do people actually go through? What's the time span? Like, that'd be cool. I also agree, like, it shouldn't be too hard to every week or every other week to be able to just kind of have a bit of a current events video we can put out for you guys. Probably keep like hour and a half, or maybe even get into an occasional live stream where we just kind of chat about what's going on. We'll figure it out, but we've been dying to
get back into the swing of things, man.
This is not the way I would have wanted it to happen.
No.
The idea of or having this sort of event take place where we lose somebody like this, a very prominent individual on the right. It's one way to pull people together,
or just a person, not necessarily like a person on the right. Definitely, he definitely had like some real hard strengths as a right, a Republican, or a conservative. But he losing a person like him is just so shitty. What do you do for work though? So for me, I work. I'm a subject matter expert at a pharmaceutical company that does like home delivery. You guys might be seeing a lot of stuff on yeah, I won't even go into it just because there's so many legal things going on. But yeah, so that's what I do. I work for yes, dude, protect Elon. Hallelujah. I've
already seen a lot of posts about that. I hope that his security is as tight as ever.
Yeah.
And I hope that the actions of this individual, whether they were a contracted individual or a random angry person like the one who took a shot at Trump, I hope that it doesn't bolster more people. Yeah. That's one of my concerns, is that while this act is definitely going to radicalize a lot of us against this violence and push us to the right, it might also have a knock-on effect of bolstering and giving confidence and bravery to, is what I mean by bolstering, people who were close to doing this sort of thing and might now take that step.
Yeah.
So I think it's extremely important for there to be a very strong legal response, and not just paperwork, lawyers. That's not what I'm talking about, but law enforcement, even to the point to where we start seeing, like, personally, I might be a little bit more extreme in this regard, but when people act up, I'm for the firm hand of discipline. Send the National Guard into a bunch of cities and lock that shit down and be like, all right, until y'all can stop acting up, y'all are in timeout, because this is ridiculous. I mean, what was it, 30, 40, 50 shootings in Chicago over Labor Day weekend or whatever?
Yep.
It's insane,
bro. Okay, all right. So one thing that I love about X, I don't know if you guys all have a platform on X. I'm sure Dr. Moss, you probably do, because of the protect Elon comment that you did. But like, are you seeing these people that are holding guns in their hands and they're like pretty much telling the US, like, I dare you? I dare you to come over here. I dare you to do this. I dare you to do that. I don't think you guys realize, or by you guys, I don't mean you in the chat. I mean like other people that are actually having this thought process. Like, it's military, dude. Like, they are trained to kill. Like, your 100 rounds eventually is gonna run out, and I promise you that the military is gonna have a lot more. So like, you gotta be smart when doing things like that, man. Like, I get like trying to prove like your point and sharing views, but like, again, there's a wrong way and then there's a right way of doing things. Like, there is a way of talking things out without using firearms, bombs, and like other stupid shit, man. Like, I
just picture a bunch of angry vegans like with a slingshot and rock saying, I dare you, because they're too damn scared of guns or hate them to be able to do anything else. Like, that's why I also think it's really ridiculous that people that in any way promote the idea of any sort of civil conflict. I don't want to say the full phrase just for the sake of pissing off algorithms. It starts with a W, ends with an R. But you know what I mean?
Yep.
It's just the idea that the side that is so averse to weapons would think that they would go to duke it out with the side that's like, America. Like, I don't think so.
So I really like this question, and I think so. I'm going to answer a little bit, but Kaz is probably going to answer a lot more of it just because of his background. So Kemga said, "Do you support Elon's political views?" I used to support him before Twitter takeover. Later, in my opinion, he became more radicalized and started to involve money into his political ideas. Now, here's my view. If you believe in something hard enough, would you not do everything in your power to make sure that it happens? Like, even if it was with money, like, hell yeah, I would. I 1,000% would. But I mean, yes, he, in some aspects, I can see people viewing Elon as an extremist. I think that the one thing that he doesn't have is a filter at all. He says what he likes, and if you don't like it, he gives you a big fu.
He's definitely been radicalized ever since Alameda County was trying to shut down Tesla during COVID.
Yeah,
that was kind of the start of the push to the right.
Exactly. Sure. But I mean, in all honesty, like, yes, he got. I believe, I'm not saying that he did, but I believe that, there was some type of money involved, with things that happened in the past with the election and things like that. But I mean, I didn't really, he's a hard pill to swallow, honestly, for me. Like, I like him and I don't like him, but he made it to where Trump won. And in all honesty, like, not to get super political on here, but it's, if we had to choose between Kamala and Trump, like, obviously Trump 2028, no, JD Vance maybe, but I mean, if I had to choose, it would have had to have been Trump. So I mean, I'm grateful to him in a way that, he made this possible. And then you had Joe Rogan that, like, last minute was like, yep, I'm endorsing him. Like, it was great. Honestly, like, the battle was crazy. And I'm not a political person. This is the first time that I actually got into any type of political discussions with this past election.
Try to jump in. Let's make a podcast.
Dude, we did. I did. Yeah, I was like, bro, we should make a podcast. Let's fucking do this shit. Let's do it. So yeah, I mean, it's all about having fun, being able to discuss things and sharing ideas, whether you believe in the views or not believe in the views. But if I had to choose between yes and no, do I believe in Elon? I really honestly do. He is a person that believes in the advancement of humanity. And in order to do that, you have to make the tough calls. And sometimes it's calls that we don't like. And honestly, I don't see a reason why we can't trust him. I mean, he hasn't shown us a sign as to why. I mean, aside from making robots, I just, the movie I, Robot is playing in my head like we're fucked. But I mean, it's.
Well, he said he intentionally made them slow enough and weak enough that we could push them over. So he's thinking about it.
He's thinking about it. Man.
I want to correct something real quick. Cam, I did see you mentioned, I want to make it very clear to everybody, I was not a Navy SEAL.
Oh yeah.
If it sounded like that at all, I'll correct that. I was a weapons tech. I worked on bombs and missiles and such on the aircraft carriers, so I didn't even participate in any Hell Week. In hindsight, I wish I had thought to go that route. Back then, I was engaged, and I just was like combat averse because of that. And then when that didn't work out, and I was still in the Navy, I was like, bro, I'm gonna go EOD. Like, I was ready. I was like, I just got liberated. Let's go.
Yeah.
But none of that happened.
Yeah.
No, I was an aviation ordnanceman, second class petty officer. So I was enlisted. I wasn't an officer. I wasn't Navy SEAL or anything. So just to make sure that's really clear.
Welcome to the chat.
Those of us who served have a pretty hard time with anybody who does any stolen valor. I will not make that mistake.
Yeah. No shit.
But on the Elon front, though, it's a good question. I will agree with, like, my wife and with Mugen here that, like, Elon can be a baby. He goes into what is known in his biographies as full demon mode, and full demon mode is basically described as basically fuck everybody, and he's locked in on something. And you saw that with his falling out with Trump, with him even dropping the accusation that Trump's on the Epstein list and all this. Aside from his very reactive, very human demon mode baby moments, the man's incredible. I will say, like, I've not encountered a moment where he's genuinely, like, deceptively lied to people. People will say that he lies because FSD is not here yet, or some promise hasn't been fulfilled. A broken promise or an ambitious goal is not congruent with a lie. People have a problem with separating these things. Being actually deceptive and lying to people, I've not seen the man do. He is honest to a fault, to the point where it gets him in trouble a lot. And that I was 100%, and I still am 100% behind him with everything he's doing at Tesla and SpaceX,
I love that, Moss.
and with Doge, and cutting spending. That was probably another one of the reasons that there was a falling out, because he was too serious about cutting spending, and it's not just the left wasting money.
He overcut
It's the
hard
Republicans, too.
sometimes. Yeah, he overcut.
Yeah, he overcut. He was ready to go in there like he was with Twitter at the time.
But he owned it. He owned it. He said he literally started doing all of these cuts, and then he was like, "Well, fuck, we gotta hire people."
He's got a saying for that. He's like, if you don't find yourself adding about 10% back in from what you've deleted, you're not deleting enough.
Yeah.
So that is one of his sort of algorithms, as he'll put it. Now, him going off to make a third political party, waste of time.
Agreed.
Our country is not made in a way that any third party is anything more than giving votes away to the other guy. If he makes a third party, that's just votes taken away from Republicans that'll end up not being used.
Yeah.
And that can just bolster the other side. A third party is not something that fits into our two-party system. We don't. If we were first past the post voting, maybe. But with our current system, they're just the America First Party sounds cool, but it'd be a waste of time. Colossal waste of time. I'd much rather him be an engineer and build stuff
Agreed.
than mess with that. So that's my thoughts on Elon there. Hopefully that made sense.
Yeah, no, I did to me. I get
His
how you're.
Martian side's incredible.
I know. I love that.
Yep.
Welcome to the chat, by the way, Blackbird. Yes, it is definitely a sad day. Charlie
Yeah.
Kirk being shot. That is, dude. Like, I tagged you in that video. You have to watch it. It is absolutely mind blowing. It's a side
Is that on
view.
X?
Yes, it's a side view. I tabbed. By the way, if you guys do want to follow either of us,
Wait, did you? Where'd you tag it?
Cyber left.
Yeah, I'm on there.
It didn't get there. Let
I
me
don't have any
see.
notifications.
Let me see.
Did you DM it or?
I reposted it, and then tagged you in it. Jesus, I can't speak. Sorry. I just pulled on iShow speed, shared with my Discord.
There was a man who valued honest discussion and open debate over violence. He advocated for the peaceful battle of ideas and talked about fearing what happens when people reject peaceful discourse. And you fucking shot him. Yeah. That's a post on X.
Yeah. Wow.
Yep.
That's. Yeah. Yeah.
That hits home, man.
I tagged you here.
Did you tagged or sent it?
I tagged you. I reposted it and tagged. I was this image. I actually think it is so rare to find a truly evil person. Even the H person isn't exactly evil. Please cancel. Please cancel me. LOL. He didn't truly believe into what he was saying, but that same time he lied. Obama just made a sentence too. Yeah, I agree. So sad. Did you find it?
No. Send it to the Discord or something, because X isn't working.
Sons of biscuits.
I don't know what the hell the deal is.
Let's see. Bro, that is crazy.
And I don't know what is up on here. Oh, that's the original video that I sent out. When we went live on X, it said everyone, right, could reply in chat?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, everyone. Testing.
Cool.
Testes. Yeah. Yeah, man.
I haven't seen any events or updates. By the way, how's your Tesla channel going? Cause any ideas on what to do further once the hype is over with FSD? I have no idea, my friend. Honestly, right now I'm hoping to just be able to save up to get my hands on a new Performance Model Y. That way I can make some track content and be relevant again in the FSD space. I do plan to do more customer reaction stuff out of the Model 3. I just gotta get those customers to react.
I came from
We're
causes
battling
exposed.
some crazy stuff over here in our house with these weeds and such. So it's been kind of nuts, as far as dealing with our yard and my new real estate career, which is its own hair puller. My goodness.
Yeah. Yep. It's absolutely insane. Yeah. So I did have an X account, and then I deleted it, and then I created another one. So if you guys want to follow, it's my handle is the real Mugen XS, the letters X and X or X and S at the end. So if you would like to give me a follow, that'd be great. Also K&M Discourse. If you don't follow it, that's actually where a majority of our videos are going to be posted. If we happen to post it on our own pages, you'll see it on our own pages also. But definitely prayers out to the family, the Kirk family, his daughter, his son, his wife, all of his friends, families. It's a tragic day, and it's so gut-wrenching that there are evil people out there that think that this is something good. I don't think anybody. I appreciate the follow. Thank you. I definitely don't think that this is a good day. I actually do, like, I was about to leave work. I was literally, bro, I was like, I only got an hour and a half of work. Like, I really don't care. I will start a video right now. And that's why I messaged you. I was like, bro, we need to do a video. Let's do it. But
that's why my reply immediately was, "What you thinking?"
Yeah.
I was about to throw on some working clothes and go dig more of the trench in the backyard. So kind of saved me from blah 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 stroke. Saved me from some manual labor.
Yeah. No shit.
Oh, and yeah, and Kim, the Cyberlip channel's got its audience. It's Tesla and FSD focus. So I'm gonna just run that. I've got my gaming channel with other stuff too that I'm growing, and I don't know, might get more into general live streaming and messing around, getting into more things with this guy.
He's a web whore. I like it though. He's dirty. No, so I'm gonna be honest, guys. If you guys do continue to follow us, just be ready, because there will be some vulgar comments, innuendos. We're guys, man. Like,
We don't censor.
No.
And YouTube, Twitch, X, be damned.
Suck it. I mean,
Honestly.
yeah, we just want to have fun. And honestly, like, I'm cool with doing our pre-recorded videos, so we can kind of look smart and not do like off the wall live videos. But I'm not gonna lie, I kind of actually had fun with this video. So it was definitely really nice to talk with you guys. Biden also did a statement now, so every major Democrat has spoken up. Thoughts on that? He woke up. Yeah, so bot Biden. No. I'm curious now, actually. What did he What did the old man write? By the way, totally just talking shit. Nothing is ever harmful intent. So, just in case y'all wonder.
There's no place in our country for this kind of violence. It must end now. Jill and I are praying for Charlie Kirk's family and loved ones. It's more of the same. You know, it's sort of the obligatory condolences.
Yeah, I mean, he woke up. Yes, yeah, he woke up. Here's the thing. You can post your thoughts and prayers all you want. The difference between, I'm gonna say them and us, and I say that term lightly, and I only say that just because I'm trying to make a comparison here. That comment is, there's no meaning behind it. You know, he literally said it just so he can be like, oh, okay, Biden's a good person. Like, like, oh, okay, like, it's there's nothing heartfelt about that. Like, granted, I'm not a person that really likes to like get on a podcast or like a video and like talk about somebody who died, but like, I'm honestly genuinely upset that he got shot and he passed. Not just because of his friends and family.
I watch a lot of his content, man. Like, and again, like, I am vehemently against this guy on most of his religious he's like super conservative, completely against abortion, you know, and a lot of things that I don't agree with him on vehemently in many ways. I almost cried, dude. I'm gonna miss this guy.
Yeah.
I have watched so much of his content, seen so much of his discussions.
He
He's
has
fueled
character.
me to actually think and critique and to
Thank
question
you.
things.
Yes.
And it's just, we should be admiring our opponents, not celebrating their deaths.
Exactly.
And it's crazy. Like this hit hard. I mean, I don't think anything will ever hit me quite as hard as like losing Akira Toriyama.
Rip, sensei.
But it's just certain things you don't expect to maybe affect you do a lot more
When it
damage
does.
than you thought they would.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
I completely stopped everything when I was doing. I just sat in my chair like, this isn't real.
I didn't believe it, dude, because it literally looked like it was just like cartoon, like computerized like blood, and then like
Well, yeah, working in the medical field, I can tell you, like that stuff's gnarly. You hit the right pressurized vein, and yeah, it is like a cartoon.
yeah, that's nuts, but
Terrible way.
it's, gosh, man, that's so sad. But that's the one great thing that I loved about Charlie Kirk is that you are let's go fellow Dragon Ball weeboo, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. See? Wait.
Yeah, I got mine on
There
my
you go.
movie.
He's yeah. No flashing here, bro. Keep your fucking
We both
sweaty
got our
tits to
routine
yourself.
with this, though.
Oh yeah,
We
that
are-
too.
We are
Yep.
anime weebs for sure.
Yep. So the what I was saying about Charlie Kirk, the one thing that I really liked about him is, granted, like, I didn't believe in everything that he said, but he definitely put things in perspective to where it made you think. And that's something that I really enjoyed. Like, whenever you're having any type of brilliant fusion, yes, we've done that. Yes, actually, if you look at our first or second video, our thumbnail is the fusion dance.
Yeah.
But yeah, or at least the fusion pose. We didn't do the
Fusion
dance,
pose.
but that's the one thing about any great discussion is being able to make the other side think, you know. And that's how most great ideas, I feel, come about, is coming up. There's a discussion, there's conflict, there's resolution. Like, that's how it's supposed to work. But apparently that doesn't. When the talking stops, violence starts. 1,000% agree. 1,000% agree.
Oh, and actually, that brings me back to an earlier question. I think it was either Kim or Moss that mentioned what to do about people who are on the other side celebrating this thing. I, like a lot of folks, think that the best way to combat bad speech is with free speech, with letting them know exactly how you feel. I just wanted to make that point out there.
Agreed.
Not to retaliate with violence or anything, but to call it out, to use our own available free speech to call people out who act that way and have the discussion.
So
even though they're gonna cry and block you and run away, you can use your speech to do that.
Yeah, exactly. So that actually brings another valid point. I'm kind of gonna give away where I work without telling you where I work, but there was an incident in I think it was New York, where somebody got offed. They were going to a board meeting with medical words.
What are words?
Medical board members. There you go. That's what I was trying to figure out. But yeah, he got offed by Mario's brother. Right?
Yeah.
So there was this one lady. One of my representatives was taking a call, and mind you, I really want you guys to understand too, like, when you call a place and they say this call is being monitored and recorded for quality and training purposes, that is not bullshit. I know, because I'm one of the people that reviews these calls. So with that being said, one lady actually had stated LOL, I wonder where you work. You'll never guess. So I was reviewing this call, and this lady literally said verbatim, "I am glad that this person got offed because of this. You guys choose to not cover my blah for blah." And it's just like, bro, so tell me how This call, after it was reviewed, was sent over to management. Management then sent it to corporate. Corporate then contacted law enforcement, and this lady spent, I think, she spent some time in jail, and then she paid a really hefty fine too. And her excuse was, I was just, she said something like, I didn't mean it, or whatever, but obviously people don't care. She got arrested anyways, and she got fined. But I mean, it's sad, dude. It's sad. So just be careful with who you say things to, and how you say it, because there's a right way and there's a wrong way of saying things. So Trump ordered all U.S. flags lowered to half staff until Sunday night in honor of Charlie Kirk. That's pretty fucking cool. Yeah. Again,
this is a sign of what's going to further unite this side of the equation. You know, it's going to rally people together. And, you know, playing a little bit of devil's advocate, if I was somebody staunchly on the left, I'd be thinking, shit. You know, we kind of just gave our competitors, I don't want to say enemies. Enemies feels charged. We're not enemies. We're all freaking U.S. citizens. We just gave our folks on the other side of the aisle fuel to rally. And that makes us look even worse, you know, thinking about it in that way. I did want to say, I had Grok here run an update since I last asked on any information going on. So I'll just give you guys a little play-by-play, if you don't mind. So since our last inquiry, the situation remains fluid with ongoing updates from law enforcement and public figures. The shooter remains at large with no suspects in custody. Initial reports of an arrest were clarified as a false lead. The detained individual was released after being ruled out. A multi-agency manhunt involving Orem Police Utah and the FBI, as well as the Department of Public Safety, are active right now, including door-to-door searches. Campus lockdown continues. Press conference from officials is expected soon, per multiple outlets. President Trump confirmed Kirk's death on Truth Social and ordered the U.S. flags, the White House, federal buildings lowered half-mast until sunset on the 14th as a mark of respect for the memory of Charlie Kirk.
That's cool.
The House Speaker Mike Johnson paused proceedings for a moment of silence in prayer of Kirk's honor. Rep. Anna Polina reacted emotionally during the session. The organization confirmed Kirk was murdered by a gunshot during the American Comeback Tour, urging prayers for his wife Erica and 2 young children. Additional statements: the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, called Kirk a lion-hearted friend of Israel who fought the lies and stood tall for Judeo-Christian civilization. He noted that they had spoken 2 weeks ago about a potential visit. Bernie Sanders, my thoughts are with Charlie Kirk and his family. Former Rep. Gabrielle Gifford, horrified by incidents. Representative Burgess will not tolerate this in Utah. FBI Director Kash Patel closely monitoring the situation. New video footage circulating shows the moments before the shot. Kirk was in a Q&A when a student asked about transgender Americans and mass shooters over the last 10 years. This is where the irony kind of comes in. This is, of course, referring to the man who recently shot up a Catholic school. This is a dead masked shooting killer. So honestly, fuck the pronouns. I don't care. They were a mentally insane man who killed innocents at a Catholic school. That's just messed up. So this is what they were discussing. Too many to applaud. Followed by question of total mass shooting. Seconds later, a single shot rang out around 12:20 p.m., striking him in the neck.
That's insane.
Eyewitness Justin Hickens described seeing a bunch of blood come out of Charlie and his body go limp. Yep. Social media is rife with tributes, conspiracy theories, political distractions, false flags. Like we were talking about, it's going to be a lot of crazy coming out really quick. And, unfortunately, some celebratory posts from critics on Kirk's views, which have drawn backlash for promoting division. No wonder. Gun manufacturer stocks like Smith & Wesson reportedly rose 10% amidst the news.
What?
That's thanks, Grok, for that. Kirk's event was part of a 15-stop tour. A petition against his Utah State University appearance had nearly 7,000 signatures. No arrests or breakthroughs on the suspect yet, but the investigation is intensifying. For real-time updates, check official channels. Thank you, Grok.
Dr. Moss, just to kind of answer your question about what she said that was illegal. It's not necessarily what she said was illegal. She made, I don't want to say what she said, but she made some pretty premeditated statements on that call. And it definitely, which is why it was so alarming. She obviously we don't know the capability of everybody. Obviously, when you know, said person in New York, of course we wouldn't have known that that was going to happen. If that was the case, I'm sure he would probably be alive. But I mean, it's, you can never underestimate somebody and their abilities, especially if they want to get something done, you know, and that's crazy. There's a video of that dude running on the roof, by the way. Oh, the roof of the school at Utah. We must hunt that video down. Yeah.
See what's going on the tubes.
On the tubes.
We Got Receipts is live. She's a pretty awesome channel.
Yeah, so honestly too, guys, a little bit of feedback. I would love to hear of your thoughts of the time here so far. Do you guys prefer that we do a live stream, or do you prefer our pre-edited videos that we put up? I'm honestly enjoying myself with talking to you guys. I think you guys are really cool, and it's also really nice to get to know people, their different perspectives, as well as their background. If you would like for us to do more of these, just let us know. We'll definitely try and make time during the weeks to come to make more videos, maybe do a follow-up on this, or maybe lean more into the whole immigration thing. I would really like to do that. The immigration thing just sounds, to me, it's so appealing. Like, I want to know, yeah, I want to know what the process is to do all that. But yeah, and then, or if you don't like doing live stuff and you don't like talking to me, it's cool. We can definitely do our pre-recorded videos. Oh, man. But
yeah, I don't see anything concrete or up to date on anything with the shooter as it stands.
I don't either.
Feel free, Kim, Gus, Dr. Moss, if you've got us on X,
tag us.
Tag us in it or DM it to us. Let us know. I'm at Cyberlift as well as Captain Deadwick. I can put those in the chat for anybody who wants to follow on that. There it is. I always lose what these chat windows are. It's my first time. No, I do live streams all the time. It's not in this format. It's a learning experience. No, see what it is? I'm used to running the show, so I'm like, where does all my buttons and my interfaces? Because on Streamlabs you can see them all right there. Wait, did we?
So tell you what,
You were so perfectly still. I thought you crashed.
Oh yeah, dude, fucking video. No, I was just super focused. First time here, rather have live stream. To be honest, I'm curious of what the future of the channel and what the unique value proposition of this channel is. So honestly, man, it's just gonna be two dudes kind of just chilling, talking, sharing our ideas. And if we do live, we definitely want to. All right, I gotta stop having this video play in the big background. Seeing him just like is just like nerve shattering. Yeah. So, it's just gonna be us, kind of chilling out, really getting into some details on the topic of discussion. Of course, we'll have it in the description, the title of the video. So, can't send you a DM on X.
Before we were kind of doing like a current events thing too, like kind of like taking like all the big things that have happened, you know, in the time since the last episode, and just kind of going over those and what we think and stuff. And we're kind of like loose, fluid with the content, just whatever ends up working, really.
Yeah. By the way, Kim Gus said that he can't send you a DM because he's not verified.
Oh, well, you can still at me, right? Like if you make a post, and then I wonder if it'll show me. Huh, I don't know.
I don't know. Your stuff might be acting weird because I added you and I'm verified. Yay.
Yeah. It might just be.
And then.
Might be in my settings. Let me adjust my settings.
Dr. Moss, I usually prefer live stream, but don't often find time to watch. All right, so cool. So maybe this is something that we can do to kind of help accommodate some others. Well, I guess no, that would kind of defeat the purpose of a live stream, huh? I guess. I was gonna say we can just record whatever our stream is, because I can record this while we stream it, and then, but then there won't be interaction.
Well, what I do on my gaming channel with live streaming is it's recording YouTube will automatically keep it once we're done streaming as a VOD, as a video on demand, something you can go back and watch.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be there as a video, even if you're not a part of the actual live stream interaction.
Yeah. But what I think for Dr. Moss is like I think he likes the interaction between us and him, or us and some other of the people in the chat. So it would kind of defeat the purpose. Might as well just do the edited video and watch it. But yeah, I mean, I'm cool with doing either one. I like them both. Is there a downside to live streaming since YouTube uploads it after anyways? That would probably be more of a question for you. I don't really think that there would be a downside, would there?
No, it looks like somebody just misunderstood what we're doing. I got a comment from somebody saying, "Yeah, this is an instant unfollow, sitting and laughing while trailing views from Charlie Kirk's death. This is horrible. I used to respect you, cause, but this was too much." So somebody might have popped in at a moment where we happened to laugh and got real angry. So, I mean, I have nothing to apologize for. Any of you guys who have been here with us while we've been live can already know what we've talked about and how we've gone through this. So that person can go sit on a cactus. I don't give a shit.
That's really sad. Yeah, that kind of goes to the whole point of like, don't judge a book by its cover. Like, read a couple of pages before you start to judge, because obviously this whole conversation was not where was that comment?
Dr. Moss on X, if you see where I have it saying Mugen and I are live talking about this tragic event, you'll see a comment under it by Bring Back Logical. And yeah, that guy's followed me for a while, and he decided to I'm guessing, I mean, I've had good interactions with him in the past, so I don't understand. He popped in maybe when we were having a laugh at something, and then
this is a comment on X.
Yeah, it's under where I posted that we were live. I shared our live stream.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes people are going to misunderstand things. I only saw that because I was looking. I do see our Kim Gus. Are you Yaroslav on X? Because I think I've got you here. Just liked your comment, so I do see it.
I don't see any comments on it. I wonder if... Did he block me? Maybe? I don't know.
Well, even I can see it. I don't know. Because he blocked me. I can't reply to him, which is also unfortunate. I can't correct him or do anything. He just blocked me, so...
Yeah.
It is what it is, man. It doesn't show what it is. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he deleted it. Maybe he got some sense and cut his comment out because he realized he was misunderstood. I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm showing too.
Sucks.
What Moss just said. It shows that there's one comment under the video, but it doesn't show it. Like, if I click it, it only gives me an option to, like, reply. Or not reply, but, like, comment on your video. It doesn't even show it.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I see a comment from Zuko. I'm going to say cite your source, but I'm not going to take your word for it. That sounds like some BS to me. I've never seen Charlie Kirk ever condone school violence or anything of the sort. So
yeah.
Come with receipts or kindly fuck off.
Yep. Now I want hibachi. Yeah, that's me, guys. The link.
Careful, I'm laughing at your comment, so I might be mooching off of Charlie Kirk's death here. God, that's so ridiculous. Yeah, it's because the link there is some random Telegram channel where I found the video. Okay, gotcha.
Oh, hell yeah. Newsweek? What is Newsweek?
Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and fact check that right now.
Let's see. What is it? Bobby Blue Stars.
what Charlie Kirk actually said, April 5th, 2023. During a Turning Point USA Faith event in Salt Lake City, just days after the Covenant school shooting in Nashville, you will never live in a society when you have an armed citizenry and you won't have a single gun death. I think it's worth it. I think it's worth to have a cost of, unfortunately, some gun deaths every single year so that we can have the Second Amendment to protect our God-given rights. See, all right, this is a good learning experience. Our commenter here, Zuko Hibachi, wanted to say that Charlie Kirk called school unalivings a necessary evil. And taking that out of context, and I might have taken you out of context, so feel free to defend yourself in the comments, is to make it sound like he condones it in a sort of way or says that it's not a big deal, without the rest of the context and saying that as a result of having our Second Amendment rights and the ability to defend ourselves with our firearms, you are going to, with a plethora of guns in the country, have individuals that get their hands on them and commit violent acts.
Yep.
Charlie Kirk was saying that it is worth us having our freedoms to have our personal protected rights with the Second Amendment to use our own firearms, in which most cases in these school shootings, had the teachers been able to carry or them to have a security force or some form of Second Amendment program at the school
Yep.
shooters would have been put down far sooner. His whole point is that it is worth our Second Amendment right
Oh,
to
cool.
take the chance that there are going to be some lunatics out there that commit these heinous acts. That is not to conflate that he ever condoned or just, I don't know another way to put that. So correct me if I'm wrong.
Oh no, he actually says he wasn't saying he's condoning it. So,
Okay.
Zuko
Well,
Hibachi.
I apologize if I misinterpreted your comment. You know how the internet can be. So, Zuko didn't mean it to be something deleterious. So cool. And thank you for bringing it up because it is a good point.
See? Do you see this? Do you see? Conversation. It can do it.
Yeah, well,
we can do
that's
it.
a really good point. If it's someone like I totally ran with more of a hot-headed take that somebody was coming with a snarky comment when he wasn't. And I
Yeah.
apologize. That's how that happens.
And I apologize. I made a boo-boo. I'm sorry. No.
Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully Zuko can. And now I want Hibachi too. Damn it.
Yeah. Fuck.
No, but thank you for bringing it up because it does bring in a good way to make a comment about the fact that these evils are going to exist when you do have these certain freedoms.
Yeah.
In kind of a lesser extreme way, people being able to say things you don't like and disagree with because we have free speech. You can't just silence them. It's like, I guess you could also call that a necessary evil.
Kash Patel says that a suspect of the murder of Charlie Kirk has been arrested. This wouldn't be related to the guy that you said was released because it wasn't him, was
The original? I don't know if there is an update there. We'll have to see.
Yeah.
Let me double check. I'll use the magical grok here.
Damn, I'm really sorry that you lost a follower, bro. It sucks that they were not. So, okay, hold on. Let me, because I know that you can give two fucks, but I'm just saying, like,
It's really unfortunate that he misunderstood whatever we might have been laughing about as some sort of clout grab.
Bro, I'm telling you this right now.
That kind of blows my mind, honestly.
He literally clicked on the fucking video, saw that we laughed, read the title, and was like, I'm out. Like, had to have. Like, there's no other way, because I don't think we really even laughed in this fucking video as much as we normally do in other non-so-serious videos.
Okay, let me double check on that. Okay, I do see that
Oh, cool.
video.
Thank you.
Let me see. Somebody on the roof? I do see a shadow. So do these persons recording the video think to, like, find the police? Or what?
Zoom in with these new
I do
phones.
see, like, somebody running across the roof. Yeah, thanks for sharing that. That's kind of crazy.
Bro, that is... What the heck? Poor man, dude. God, that's so crazy to look at.
Damn.
Jeez.
Let me double check with Grok here to see if there's if he got back to me on any updates here. The investigation is ongoing.
Yeah, I'm not
We're
showing
still in
that
the
there's any
manhunt
updates.
phase.
Yep.
FBI Director Kash Patel announced the subject of the horrific shooting is now in custody. So, based on that, that's new then. That's not the old man, of course, that was released. So, well, actually, hold up. Hang on, I might be incorrect here. Announced on X subject is in custody. He thanked the Utah local state authorities for their partnership with the FBI. This marks a significant update, shifting from the earlier reports of the suspect being at large. No further details. Though officials promised more information when available, a witness reportedly overheard the detained person saying, "I'd do it again," but this was tied to the initial false suspect. Okay, so no, it is a new update. So apparently they do have somebody in custody right now. We have no other information, though, beyond Kash Patel saying that. So, the "I do it again" thing was just, again, tied to the original guy that was captured and released.
Like, let's start checking the rooftops, please. Agreed. Dude, that is like...
Yeah.
I mean, the Trump rally, the guy that was on the roof that got him in the ear, and then we got this guy that's, you know, like, that is crazy. I do not use Telegram, honestly. I honestly don't have any other social media, aside from X, and that's only for this guy over here, and to do these videos. And post them so people can get the most out of, or the most views of this content. But I am considering doing my Instagram and all that stuff again, so possibly.
I'm pretty much just keeping to YouTube, X, and maybe Twitch on the gaming side, but
yeah,
this
I can't do Twitch. It drives me nuts.
Well, I mean, it's largely a dying platform anyway. I mean, that's like kind of all over anyone who's covering Twitch and Asmongold and everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, at this point, it looks like we're not really going to get any further coverage or info on what's going on. I like that we're running the flags at half-mast out of respect. That's cool. I'm
really
glad
cool.
that there's going to be a lot of coming together on, you know, the right side of the spectrum, and a lot of anger, a lot of emotions. I mean, this man influenced a lot of people. He had a lot of clout. He had a lot of eyes on him. You know, a lot of minds changed. I mean, just looking at the crowds at the schools he'd be at, and the way the kids would react. I mean, and it was kind of restoring my faith in the next generation a little bit, to see that a lot of the important issues that we're trying to fix, a large group of the students would be cheering. You know, whenever some crazy thing was said by some wild person at the microphone, and he would lay in and throw down some facts, and the whole crowd would go crazy. I mean, these are going to be greatly missed things. You know, it's going to be a special kind of sadness when I see a recommendation for
a Charlie Kirk
video. Short or a video. Yeah, it's going to be weighing heavy on the heart.
It is indeed.
Dr. Moss, yeah, I can understand that. I also regularly ingest Asmongold content, and I hope that his dad's okay. He's taking a break from streaming because his dad's got cancer, and they're going through that, which
that is no joke. I lost my dad to cancer. That shit's not fun, and that is a pain. Man, if you guys, I'm going to tell you this right now. If y'all are fighting with your loved ones, you don't talk to your loved ones, I'm telling you now, I mean, take it with a grain of salt, however you want to take it, but don't let time pass, because time does not wait for anyone. Like, and it's terrible, dude. Like, I didn't talk to my dad for like 6 months, then to find out that he had stage 3 cancer. They said that he would do chemo, be good for like 5 years, then it was 2 years, then it was 2 months, and then he was gone in 3 weeks. So you can't make up lost time, but you can heal something that's broken. So take that time out to like really make peace with your loved ones. If it's some stupid debacle that you guys had, just drop it, man. It's not worth the pain that it's going to cause you in the end. But yeah, I'm not going to go too deep into that. I hope everybody else's family is safe and you guys are doing well. But yeah, to your question about how I message people, through X when somebody messages me, but I don't have anybody that messages me because it's a new account and I don't have any followers yet, aside from a few. But um, I I might say F it and make a Telegram, maybe for just the channel and the people that want to chat or share ideas. That wouldn't be a bad idea, I wouldn't think.
I
Um,
had to get WhatsApp for work on the real estate side, so man, I get annoyed with dealing with all these new apps and all this crap I got to download.
I know we're old.
Slack, WhatsApp, all this stuff. But
Yeah,
yeah, I don't. It's probably a good point to actually sort of wrap it up. It's
yeah,
getting a little later. I don't think we're gonna get any more information for now. But we will try to revive the channel and bring back some good content and move forward and hopefully discuss happier times and cover the aftermath of
yeah.
what comes next, which I hope isn't as bad as I am concerned it will be.
Yeah, I was actually going to mention something, but that would definitely like create another rift into another topic. But I will talk to you about it after this whole stream. But yes, thank you guys for taking the time to chill out with us and talk about this sad day. We really hope that you and your families stay safe. If you have any type of relations to someone who condones such behavior, um, if you're able to help them change their minds, great. If not, make the best educated decision that you can. Um, it is definitely something that you would definitely need to take the time to think about your future relationship with that person. But Chemgus, Dr. Moss, it was awesome talking with you guys. Hibachi, we're sorry about the snap a little bit.
Yeah,
Glad that you
my bad.
stayed. Glad that you stayed and chatted with us. Look forward to our channel. We're gonna be posting some more videos, hopefully in the weeks to come, about different topics. I definitely want to go up and talk about the whole immigrant thing, and maybe cover a little bit of. I know it's a little late, but the young lady that was stabbed on that train. I definitely kind of want to talk about that and see what everybody's thoughts are on punishment for something like that. So in the meantime, feel free to write down your thoughts, your chats. You can put in
Yeah,
our
hit us up in the
video,
comments.
and we'll be more than happy to discuss any topics that you have. But with that being said, do you have anything else?
No, I think that was good. It was a pleasure chatting with you guys. It's nice to have some people in the chat. Here's to more lighthearted streams. Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Hopefully we have some more lighthearted stuff. Hopefully it's not all tragedy. Thoughts and prayers to friends and family and everybody who's mourning Charlie Kirk's passing. It's a sad day. So hopefully brighter tomorrows. That's it for me.
Yeah. But anyways, guys, you take it easy. It was fun, and we will catch